Ragtime by E.L. Doctorow, book review. So I first heard about this book because it was mentioned in another book I was reading, U.S. by Chris Bachelder. In the book U.S., there's a fictional scene in which Upton Sinclair and E.L. Doctorow meet to discuss their respective works. And this book, Doctorow's Ragtime, is mentioned because of its fictional treatment of anarchist Emma Goldman. Emma Goldman is one of my historical interests. I was reading her autobiography last summer, so that was enough to get me interested in this book. And then I found out that Ragtime had made the list of the 100 best novels, that list 100 best novels of the 20th century. The list put out by the Modern Library. And I've been trying to get those novels checked off my list, just in an effort to kind of be well-read and feel smugly superior to everyone else. So, when I saw this book on the shelves of my local library, I snatched it up. Now, I mentioned I got this book in large part because of my interest in Emma Goldman, but I should, in case anyone else has a similar interest, I should state very clearly that although Emma Goldman does pop up in the book several times, it's not all about her by any means. In fact, there's just multiple historical characters who walk in and out of the book, including Emma Goldman, but also Henry Ford, J.P. Morgan, Harry Houdini, Zapata, the Archduke Franz Ferdinand, Booker T. Washington, Sigmund Freud, and many others. In addition to these historical giants, a lot of minor and forgotten historical figures also pop up in the novel, like Evelyn Nesbit. Nobody knows who she is now, but at one time she was in the tabloid papers all over the country because of her part in a love triangle that ended up in a sensational murder and a media circus courtroom trial. As for Emma Goldman, I felt like I knew her life well enough to distinguish which parts of her story were fictional and which were real. In fact, I'm pretty sure that E.L. Doctorow also read Emma Goldman's autobiography because much of Emma Goldman's biographical details just seems lifted right from Goldman's own account. But for the other characters, I wasn't so sure. And I was constantly checking Wikipedia to find out what was fact, what was fiction. If you're a history nerd like I am, this is the kind of stuff that drives you crazy. I mean, in a good way. It's good to kind of be interested, but you can't go to sleep at night until you check to see, okay, what part is true, what part is fiction. But it's good, I'm not complaining. You learn something as this book kind of is constantly sending you to Wikipedia. Sometimes it's good to have something you want to research. Speaking of Wikipedia, I learned via Wikipedia that this book has been made into a film and a Broadway musical, which surprised me because I can't imagine making a film or a musical out of this book. I mean, it's a good book, but it does not have much of a linear plot at all. I don't know how they possibly adapted it for a film. I haven't seen the film yet, but yeah, I don't know. Stylistically, this book was a bit of a struggle for me at the beginning, but it got progressively easier to read as I got more into it. The story also starts out slowly, but it picks up speed as you go, and that last 100 pages, the story is really intense.